Hi, I'm Elsie from Georgia. Please like and subscribe. The one thing I always knew about myself was that I was beautiful. Even when I was a baby, my parents thought I was the best looking newborn they'd ever seen, and so did all their friends.
Oh my gosh, your baby is gorgeous.
I know, right? She doesn't model yet, but I think I'll start her soon.
I grew up loved and cherished by my parents, and they were obsessed with me. Well, obsessed with how I looked? When I started liking math, no one really noticed.
I have the most beautiful daughter in the world. I think that makes me the best dad.
48, 49, 50. I counted to 50.
Okay, but can you show me your runway walk again?
Oh yes, that's way more important.
My parents signed me to a modeling contract as soon as they could. I hated modeling, but it made them so happy I couldn't say no. Their focus on me became much more obvious when my sister Ari was born. They already had their perfect daughter, and no one noticed her at all.
You say you have a baby.
Yeah, that's Ari, but look at little Elsie. I'm thinking of starting her own brand.
Because of this double standard, Ari couldn't stand me, no matter how much I loved her and wanted to be her friend. Ari, come play soccer with me.
Aren't you afraid to fall and cut your perfect skin? You'll ruin your shoot.
So what? Do you want to play?
Nothing with you.
Eventually, I just stopped. It hurt that she ignored me, so I started ignoring her back. By the time she was old enough to go to my school, I was popular and had lots of friends. She hated that. She used every opportunity in her power to isolate me. I would sit with my friends at lunch, and all of a sudden, Ari would come up to us.
Elsie, you spent hours on your homework last night. How did you even have time to put on your makeup?
Your homework may be easy in 6th grade, Ari, but 8th grade homework, you have to work a little harder to keep your grades up.
All of your friends know you're a gigantic nerd, right?
The thing was, no one did know. School was the same as home, and everyone saw me as just a pretty face, but I was determined for people to start seeing me as the smart one. The real turning point was when I started high school and they had placement exams for advanced classes. I worked so hard and finally got the score I needed. I was so excited. But then the teacher asked to speak with me after class.
While you did get the scores needed for the advanced class, I'm not sure you're suited for it. You're a beautiful and popular girl, and I hear you're modeling on the side. You may be too distracted.
I promise I'll take it very seriously.
I'm just not sure, Elsie. I'll have to let you know on Monday.
I was so mad. How could she just assume for me? All I wanted was to focus on school and never model again. I knew my parents wouldn't let me back out so easily, so I walked to the nearest barbershop and sat in the chair. There was a huge picture of a good-looking male model on top, but it only drove me crazier. I was so done with that awful world. Chop it off. I want it all gone.
I can't let myself do that. You have such beautiful hair.
Cut it off, or I'll do it myself. Finally, she gave in. When I was done, I thought I looked great. I bought new clothes and got thick square glasses instead of my contacts. For the first time, I looked like what I was supposed to look like and not some Barbie doll. When I got home, my mom screamed.
What did you do?
Do you like it? I think I look great.
How are you going to model looking like that?
I'm not. I quit. I'm finally focusing on what I love, and you can't stop me. I didn't know what I was expecting, but school the next day was a nightmare. Ari laughed so hard when she saw me, but she didn't want to get out of the car at the same time I did.
I can't be seen with you. That would be so embarrassing.
Your sisters are right. You look terrible.
Well, I like it. I slammed the car door shut and prepared for my new life to begin. My friends were shocked, but that didn't bother me. I went to my teachers right after lunch and asked for a meeting.
Elsie, you look different.
I just wanted to tell you again that I'm very committed to my studies. Modeling is not going to be a problem anymore. I deserve a chance in the advanced class. I think I earned it. The teacher agreed to give me a spot. I was ecstatic until I ran into Ari in the hallway.
Nerd alert! Shouldn't your head be in a book or something?
Leave me alone, Ari. Now that I'll be getting less attention, you can get more.
Please, you had the life I always wanted, and now you're just throwing it away. You better watch out because your perfect life may not be waiting for you when you're done with this phase.
Wow, Ari was worse than I thought, but I didn't care. I needed to focus on math and physics. While I kept my promise and spent less time with my friends and more time studying, Ari kept hers. One day she came downstairs looking completely different.
Oh, Ari, you look great. Maybe you can teach Elsie a thing or two. Such a shame what she did to herself.
Are you wearing my makeup?
Not that you wear it anymore. Do you like my dress? One of your friends gave it to me.
I don't care. Have fun with my leftovers.
Of course you care. Just because you want to drown yourself in science doesn't mean you won't need friends, but you won't have any when I'm done.
She was right. All of my friends started hanging out with her. I tried to pretend it didn't bother me, but it did a little. I didn't have anyone to hang out with after school, so I decided to go to the mall by myself. Just as I entered, a guy walked right into me.
Hey, are you okay?
Ow! How did you not see me? When I got a look at him, I gasped. He was the guy on the poster in the barber shop, a really famous model in our town.
No, sorry. I just had this meeting and I'm a little distracted. I'm Nate, by the way, and I have to say your style is great.
Oh, thanks. I'm Elsie.
Are you like really smart?
I'm into physics, and you probably think that's lame, being a model and all.
Of course not. I wish I was that smart.
We sat down and had the best conversation of my life. We exchanged numbers and started texting every day.
I saw this apple and thought of you. Gravity rules.
I don't know what's more fun, finishing this book or going out to ice cream with you.
Picking you up now.
He drove me to the best ice cream shop in town and we sat there together.
Tell me again why you quit modeling.
Modeling is my parents' passion, not mine. I want to be a scientist, so I decided not to look like a model anymore.
You know you can quit modeling to focus on something else and still look the way you did. I looked you up, and you used to be really different.
You don't understand. It was way too hard.
Sorry, I'll back off. I don't care how you look. I think you're beautiful, no matter what.
He was the best. If it wasn't for him, I would be so bored in school. I spent so much time studying on my own that I realized I was way ahead of my high school. I looked online and found an elite program that accepted high school students in university. I applied, and Nate and I waited really anxiously to hear. He promised me we'd stay together even if I moved. One night at dinner, Ari had an announcement to make.
I'm going to be a model. I'm already the most popular girl in school, and now I want to be the most famous model in the world.
Suddenly, my parents looked really uncomfortable.
Ari, you look so pretty now, but you don't have the charm Elsie does. You understand, right?
Ari and I were stunned. I couldn't believe they thought that. I'm sure that's not true. Ari could be a great model.
Don't encourage her, Elsie. It's just not meant to be.
Ari was fuming. I felt so bad for her until I got a notification on my phone. I checked and then gasped. I got accepted into college. I'm going to study physics.
That means you're going to be one of the youngest students, right? Will that make you famous?
Ari screamed, kicking her chair aside and running to her room. She was throwing a fit.
What are we going to do with that girl?
I didn't know what to do, so I tried to go to her room to comfort her.
What a mistake! You always have to outshine me, don't you?
Ari, you know I've been working really hard.
You think I care about that? Why does everything go so perfectly for you? Apparently, I'm not good enough to be a model, and even when you're not one, you can date one.
How did you know about Nate?
Are you stupid? Just because you don't have social media anymore doesn't mean Nate doesn't. He posted about you. Finally, I'm popular, but you always have to go bigger.
You know what your problem is? You're the one who always needs to one-up me. Whenever I'm actually happy, you can't stand it. Guess what? My achievements and my relationship with Nate are something you can never have. Then she stormed off, leaving me angrier than ever. It didn't take long for me to cheer up, though. A reporter got in touch with me and told me I was going to be the youngest college student in the country next year. She wanted to interview me on the news. My parents were thrilled that I was getting what they called my next big break. The reporter sent her questions in advance, and my mom stayed up all night to practice with me. I could never remember what to say, so she wrote all the answers for me.
Don't you worry. I will give this to the technician, and he will show it on the screen so you can read it as you go along. You'll be fine.
I was still nervous, but that made me feel a lot better.
I had my mom in charge of handling the answer sheet, so I just got ready to start. Hi, I'm Elsie. Thanks for having me here. I discovered math when I was little. And the screen was blank? OMG, I was so nervous, I forgot everything I had to say, and now my answer sheet was blank. How was I going to get through this?
You were saying?
Yeah, I was a kid and I really liked to count, but I was a model first, so that was distracting. I got through the interview, but I was stuttering the whole time and making things up as they went. A genius child, more like a blubbering idiot. Mom, what happened to my answer sheet?
I'm not sure. I gave it to Ari to give to the technician. Ari, what happened?
I don't know. He must have misplaced it.
You mean you misplaced it? I can't believe you would ruin this for me.
You deserve it for being so awful all the time.
What have I ever done to you?
You take everything from me.
Ari, I am so disappointed. You are grounded.
Ari barely cared, but I was so angry I couldn't take it. I went right to her room to yell at her. It's not my fault you're not a model. Ari, if you want to be one, you should apply despite what mom and dad say and don't do it for them. I decided I wanted to study physics for me. That's why I'm happy and you're not.
Don't tell me and change your look just to get everyone off your back. Do you even like what you are now?
I don't care how I look. Don't you get it?
You don't even care? Wow. Well, I have to push myself every day and still no one sees it. I can't be smart or pretty. You have everything. I have nothing.
For God's sake, you're beautiful, and you have more than just 2 options. You can be whoever you want.
I have no idea what I want. I'm just trying to be noticed. Why do you make that so hard?
I had no idea what to say to that. I was just trying to make myself shine, but this whole time she was trying to do the same. So stop trying and start thinking about what you want to be. I'm going to college next year and you won't have to worry about my influence anymore. You'll just have to be yourself.
You're right. You're leaving. I haven't thought of that.
For the first time in years, she didn't look like such a mean girl anymore, just my little sister. I turned to leave, but then she said,
I'm sorry about tonight. I was just jealous, but I'm happy for you, really.
That was the nicest thing she ever said to me. I'm going to watch some Avatar stories. You can join me if you want.
I don't know if we're there yet.
Then maybe tomorrow, and the next day we did. I got ready to leave for school, and she took up acting. Then she found a boyfriend of her own who liked her for who she was.
All her life, Elizabeth had been obsessed with astrology. Every decision she made was based on horoscopes, even the birth of her daughter. When she realized that her daughter would be born in the worst astrological year, Elizabeth refused to accept it. Instead, she decided to fake her daughter's birth date. She waited 2 years to tell anyone about her child, and even made fake documents to back it up. Baby Lisa Marie had no idea that she was 2 years older than she thought, living in her mom's lie. Before I continue, please like and subscribe. I had a very quirky mom. She believed in astrology, kept crystals all around the house, and loved everything supernatural. People thought she was a bit strange, but to me, she was an angel. I adored her, and she was my best friend. I grew up a lot faster than other kids. I was super smart, tall, and very big compared to kids my age, which made people uncomfortable.
Why is your baby so big? She looks and acts like a toddler.
When I was 5, I noticed kids my age were still so small and baby-like.
Mommy, why am I so much bigger than the other kids? People think I'm weird.
Nothing about you is weird. You're just special.
Mom always made me feel loved. Life was perfect with just the 2 of us. But all that changed right before my 6th birthday. I was fast asleep one night when suddenly I heard something under my bed. Nervously, I peeked over the side and the little boy jumped out and howled like a wolf. I screamed and Mom rushed in. When she saw him, she laughed.
I meant to introduce you two in the morning. This is your cousin Charlie, and he's going to be living with us.
I'm a werewolf. Whoa!
Wait, what?
Mom explained that he was an orphan and if we didn't take him in, he'd have to go live with strangers.
Charlie is a handful, I know, but he's family.
And family comes first.
That's my girl.
Life turned upside down after that day. Charlie was naughty and wild, but Mom never got angry with him. No matter how crazy he acted, she always took his side and asked me to be patient with him too. I tried my best to ignore him for Mom's sake, but he didn't make it easy. One evening before dinner, I was studying in my room when I heard loud voices downstairs and rushed to check. Charlie had invited over a dozen neighborhood kids and they were eating all our food.
What's going on here?
They're my friends and they'll be eating with us. Or I'll throw sand in your food, on the couch, in your bed. You'll find sand everywhere.
Why are you so annoying?
Why are you such an angel? Just shut up or I'll make my friends kick your butt.
Mom had walked in too and she just told me to let him be. I stormed off angrily and he and his gang raided the fridge. I didn't understand why Mom put up with him, but he got even worse when Mom got a job as a substitute teacher at a fancy private school and enrolled us in the 7th grade. He became friends with a bunch of bullies and would land in detention every week. I had a hard time fitting in too. I was still the biggest kid in my class and everyone stared at me as I towered above them. One day in gym class, we were playing dodgeball when I accidentally hit a girl in the head. She blew up at me.
Coach, this giant almost killed me. She shouldn't be allowed to play with us.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean it.
I know, Lisa Marie. Maybe you'll be more comfortable with the 9th grade kids. You'd fit perfectly in there.
I was so humiliated when I told Mom. She gave me a big hug and told me the same old stuff that I was special. Well, I'd rather be normal.
But the stars had different plans for you, love.
For the first time, I got annoyed at Mom. I didn't want to talk about the stars. I wanted to talk about my feelings. I wasn't buying her theories anymore, but I pretended to believe her. In the 8th grade, I decided to own my weirdness and not let it get me down anymore. I began playing sports with the older kids. I made friends and even met the cutest boy there. His name was Alex, and I had the biggest crush on him. My life got so much better at school, but at home, Charlie's attitude really changed towards us.
I can't believe you're driving us to school in this piece of junk.
You never had a problem with my car before.
Yeah, that's because I didn't realize how poor we were. It's embarrassing.
Hey, you could be a little more grateful.
He doesn't mean it, honey.
Yeah, I do.
I don't like him treating you like this, Mom. But Mom just asked me to ignore it as always. The next day at school, Alex asked me to join him for lunch, and I was over the moon. I didn't even think he knew I existed. We had such a fun time talking, and when I got home, I wrote all about it in my diary. But the very next day, something horrible happened. I was playing basketball with Alex and the other kids during recess when suddenly Mom barged in, waving my diary in the air.
Lisa Marie, you're in love and didn't tell me. Who is this Alex? It says you want to marry him someday. That's not happening, Missy. Not until I find out that your stars are perfectly aligned.
Mom, stop!
Why? Please don't tell me he's a Scorpio.
My face burned as I felt everyone's eyes on me and I couldn't even look at Alex. I just ran out of the gym and locked myself in the girls' bathroom. How could Mom do this? I never felt so angry at her. I skipped the rest of my classes and went home early. But when I entered my bedroom, I saw Mom inside doing some cleansing ritual with my diary in the center, and I just lost it. I picked up the big jar with some weird liquid and smashed it on the ground.
Lisa, what have you done? That was important.
For what? To become a bigger joke than I already am? What were you thinking, Mom?
I'm just trying to protect you.
Because some stupid horoscope said so. You're insane. I slammed the door and went out into the backyard for some air and found Charlie smoking. What do you think you're doing?
Whatever I feel like, I heard you shouting at Auntie, and that's a side of you I've never seen.
Get lost, Charlie.
No, I like it. I think I want to show you something.
Curious, I followed Charlie to his room. He dug out a huge bag from under his bed, and I was shocked to see piles of school documents inside.
Copies of all the major test answers. I sell them to rich kids and can make a killing. I can hook you up too.
Are you crazy? You could get into so much trouble you have to get rid of them.
Why do you always have to be some goody two-shoes? Is it to please your crazy mom?
I know she's a lot, but don't talk about her like that. She's been nothing but good to you.
She's just an embarrassment. People talk about how nuts she is, and they laugh at us like we're a big joke. I make sure to tell everyone she's not my real mom.
You're such a jerk, Charlie.
And you're so blind you don't even know all the crazy things she's done. If you knew, you wouldn't love her so much.
What do you mean? But Charlie just grabbed his bag and began to walk away, only to turn around and say,
If you tell anyone about this, I'll make sure you regret it.
He never came home that night, and Mom was so worried. But then we found out he'd gone to live with one of his rich friends from school and he wasn't coming back. Mom was really sad and I decided to forgive her. I was completely dreading the next day at school. But when I bumped into Alex at lunch, she was so sweet.
I'm sorry your mom did that, but in a way, I'm glad I found out you like me, because I like you too.
For the next few months, things were calm. Charlie completely ignored me at school, and I did too. Alex graduated from high school soon, but we started dating, and thankfully Mom didn't bring up his horoscopes again. Soon, it was time for me to send out our college applications, and I was anxiously waiting to hear from my top university where Alex had gone to. But then one day, I got a call that rocked my world. My application was rejected because my birth certificate was fake. Why would Mom have a fake birth certificate of mine? I contacted the Home Affairs office, but they couldn't find my certificate. According to their records, there was no Lisa Marie born in 2006. I was so confused. I begged them to keep looking, and the next day I got the most shocking email from them. We found another Lisa Marie in your area, but she was born in 2004. I printed out the birth certificate they'd sent me and saw Mom's signature on it. What? Furious, I kicked Mom's door open and demanded an explanation. Mom, what is this? Did you fake my birth certificate? Mom looked at me and snatched it from my hands.
How? How did you get this?
So it's true I was born in 2004 and not 2006. Why would you do this?
I can explain. It's complicated.
No, it's not. All I know is that I just lost 2 years of my life thanks to you. Maybe everyone was always right about you.
Since when do you care about what people say about me? And I did what I had to do.
You lied to me my whole life. You watched me suffer and get teased every day, and you did nothing.
I protected you. It's my job as your mother, and I'm not going to apologize for it. Your original birth date had one of the worst predictions I had ever seen. I had to fake your birth date for a time when they got better.
I'm so tired of your freaking stars and predictions, Mom. It's a bunch of nonsense, and if you truly believe all this, you're just as dumb and crazy as Charlie said. I regretted my words instantly, but I was too mad to take them back. I rushed out of the room before I made things worse. I sent my real birth certificate to the university, and they sent me an acceptance letter soon after, and now I was even more eager to leave. It seems like Mom didn't really understand what she'd done, and I just really needed some space and time away from her. I did miss her though, and we began texting soon after. Although our relationship wasn't the same anymore and we'd grown distant, at least we were talking. I couldn't bring myself to visit her though, not yet. But I really loved life at university with Alex and made so many friends. I truly felt like I belonged for the first time. Things were good until one day in my 3rd year I got a call from an unknown number and I was shocked to hear Charlie's voice.
Lisa, your mom is sick. She has been for a while, and I think you need to come home.
My heart just dropped. Alex and I drove straight through the night, and when I got home, I rushed to Mom's bedside. Oh, Mom, why didn't you tell me?
You were so mad at me. Honey, I didn't think you'd care.
Of course I care. I just needed some space to deal with everything. That doesn't mean I stopped loving you.
You're here now, and that's all that matters. And Charlie's been taking such good care of me. I always knew he was a good boy.
As Mom fell asleep, I left her to rest and found Charlie waiting outside. Thank you for being there for my mom, Charlie. It means the world to me.
No, don't thank me. I'm just so sorry about how I treated her. I was in a bad place back then, and I made friends with all the wrong people and got into some serious trouble. If Auntie hadn't come to my rescue, I'd probably be in jail right now. We owe her everything, and I guess you too. I was really horrible growing up, wasn't I?
He looked so sincere, and I lightly punched his arm and then hugged him. The worst. You were so annoying. I spent every day with Mom while she recovered, and soon after she began to look like her old self again. One afternoon, I found her digging in the garage for something. What are you doing, Mom? Be careful!
I'm looking for your old blankie.
Why? She poked me in the belly and laughed.
She's going to need it since she'll be born in winter.
How did Mom know I was pregnant? I just found out and I hadn't even told Alex yet. How did you? Mom winked and pointed to the sky, and then we just burst out laughing. What were the odds?
Hi, my name is Ada.
And I'm from New York. Please like and subscribe. Me and my twin sister Gia were born to two very chaotic parents who fought like Tom and Jerry all the time. And on the very day we were born, they picked up a twin each and decided to make us the best version of themselves.
Ada is hungry. She needs milk.
Oh, since you chose her, why don't you feed her from your nipples?
Yep, Dad picked me, and growing up, he taught me the Turkish language because he was from Turkey, and Gia was Mom's favorite, so Mom taught her Italian because she was from Italy. Although we spoke English at home, that whole language thing kinda became the reason for all the chaos and misunderstandings in the family. Because of Mom and Dad's fights, I could never get close to Mom, and I hated that. So once, when I was 8, I decided to make a card for Mom for the new year and asked Gia for help. When Mom saw it, she went ballistic. Sei una mucca grassa.
God, you're so rude, Ada. Just like your jerk dad, I always knew I made the right choice by picking Gia.
I was furious that Witch made me do this. I ran to Gia and pulled her by her hair. Why did you do that to me?
'Cause Dad loves you more than me, and I hate it.
So what? Mom loves you more than me? Just then, Mom came and separated us and said something to Gia in Italian. What did you say?
Not your freaking business. Go to your daddy and hug him.
But Gia glared at me and spit at my face. And another fight broke out. She beat me to it and I got a black eye. But I was so gonna get back at her. The funny thing was about us. Gia and I were identical twins. We both looked so much alike that even our parents couldn't tell us apart, and I was gonna use that against her. The next day, I went to school and punched a kid straight in the face. I rule the school. No one dares mess with me. Remember my name? It's Gia. That would land Gia in detention for sure. But my plan kind of backfired when both Mom and Dad were called to the principal's office. And when they couldn't figure out who it was between us, they started blaming each other for it in front of the principal.
Sei stupido.
Yeah, whatever. Same to you. Back at you.
Che animale così stupido.
The principal let us off without any punishment because she just wanted to get my parents out of her office. But it's not like they ever stopped. On Thanksgiving dinner, Mom served pizza and Dad went ballistic.
Where's the freaking turkey? Who even makes pizza on Thanksgiving, you stupid woman?
Turkey, turkey. Go ask your mother to make you a turkey.
And saying that, Mom threw a plate at Dad, which he avoided. But then Dad grabbed the ketchup bottle and pointed it at Mom.
Don't you dare. This is a designer top.
Watch me.
And he squeezed out all of the ketchup onto Mom's top. Mom shrieked. And soon our dinner table turned into a war zone. Gia and I felt terrible. Mom and Dad didn't even care about any happy occasion or us anymore. They just fought all the time. Then one day in the 7th grade, when Gia and I got back home after school, Mom and Dad finally dropped the bomb on us.
We are getting a divorce. Ada is going to live with her dad in Turkey, and Gia is going to live with me in Italy.
What? No way. You can't do that.
No, Mom. No, Dad. I can't live without you guys. I want all of us together. Please don't do this.
But they didn't listen to us and said it was final. Later that night, I went to talk to Gia in her room. I thought she might not listen to me, but she hugged me as soon as she saw me.
Oh, Ada, I'm so glad you're here. Even though we fight all the time, I can't live without you and Dad. Sis, we have to do something.
What can we do? Our parents just hate us. They're selfish and only think about themselves.
Then let's just run away. They'll get busy looking for us, and then they'll forget all about this stupid divorce thing. They'll understand how much we need them.
I won't let this happen. I won't let them ruin our lives. We have to stay together no matter what. But Mom and Dad had already filed for the divorce, and within a week, they even signed the final papers. But then I had a brilliant idea. I could switch places with Gia and go with Mom to Italy. We would tell them about the swap after 6 months, and when they'd meet again to exchange us, maybe they'd be less angry and realize that they still loved each other. Yes, this was perfect. I immediately told Gia about it, and she happily agreed. Soon after, Mom and I flew off to Italy, and there, Mom had a huge place of her own. As soon as we got there, a maid came running and grabbed all our luggage.
Benvenuta, signorina.
And that's when it hit me. I could not understand a word of Italian, and this reminded me of Gia. She was also stuck in Turkey and didn't know a word of Turkish. God knows what kind of trouble she was going through.
Mahaba birka charkek alabili shmil.
What are you saying, kid? Are you out of your mind?
Soon after, Mom enrolled me in school, and my first day was a complete mess. The teacher asked me to introduce myself, and I said, "Ciao, Mi chiamo Gia siete tutti brutti. Everyone gasped and looked at me like I'd cursed them. All I said was they were nice, but for some reason, none of them would talk to me now. The next day, during lunchtime, pizza was being served in the cafeteria, but I noticed there wasn't enough cheese on top. Can I get more cheese on this? The server stared at me, like I had asked for her kidney. And dude, this was a clear mistake. Asking for more cheese in Italy is considered super rude, but I didn't know that. Cheese vacca grassa? The lady glared at me and jumped over the food counter to attack me. She chased me for a mile around the school until the principal caught us both. She sternly told me off for being rude and said she was gonna call my mom later. And I felt like a terrible kid. Mom was already dealing with the divorce, and now I was adding more to her troubles. I thought I'd apologize to her as soon as I got home. But what I saw next shocked me. Mom was having a pool party with her friends, and they were all having the time of their lives. What the crap? Mom, what's going on here?
Oh, honey, I'm having so much fun. You should join us. If I knew life without your father would be so amazing, I'd have divorced him before the wedding. I feel like I'm 20 again.
What? I thought she'd be missing Dad and me, but she was having a blast. This was so weird and not what I expected. I quickly went to my room and called Gia to tell her how Mom was going completely crazy. But what she told me shocked me even more. Dad was gonna get engaged within a week. This was insane. We had to get Mom and Dad back together soon, by any means possible. The next day, I was all set to break the news to Mom, but what I saw almost gave me a heart attack. She introduced me to a not-so-handsome man as her boyfriend.
Ciao, sono Roberto, signorina.
And before I could even say anything, they put me in a car and took me shopping with them. But I had to do something to get rid of all this Italian pasta. Sauce at all costs. When Mom went inside the changing room, I told him to leave her alone. Voglio che tu ami mia madre. Suddenly he had tears in his eyes and he hugged me. What was wrong? Then he took a ring from his pocket and proposed to my mom in the most romantic way possible.
Vuoi essere mia?
Mom looked awestruck. And then she said the words that I dreaded the most.
Sì, lo farò.
OMG, what the heck was happening? Our plan was literally falling apart. The next day, I stormed off to school in anger, but in the school corridor, a guy pulled my hand and started flirting with me.
Hi, beautiful. Want to go and get some cheese with me? I'll open factories for you.
Ew, it was so gross. And I was so done with kids making fun of me for not knowing the language. I knew a little Italian by now, so I told him to leave me alone. But he didn't, so I slapped him hard. He left and he went to tell the principal some lies that I forced him to kiss me. An hour later, Mom barged into the principal's office, and she looked raging mad.
Your kid has been misbehaving with our staff and been doing inappropriate things to boys.
Mom, I didn't.
Oh, I know my daughter very well. It's the school that's stupid, and I'm putting her into a better one. We are done here.
Oh my God, she was so unpredictable. While driving me back home, I thought Mom would scold me, but instead she said something that completely shocked me.
It's okay, honey. If you're ever in a place where you're unhappy, then you can always move away, just like I did. Ada.
What? Did she just call me by my real name? Mom, you know.
Of course I know. You're my child.
Really?
Well, no. This morning after you left for school, I went to your room, and I saw your pink-colored undies, which Gia hates. But why did you do this, honey? Imagine everything Gia has been going through there. She doesn't even know the language.
We want you guys to get back together. But Mom didn't say a word to that. And as soon as we reached home, she called Dad and told him everything. But Dad, like always, wouldn't believe her.
I'm not going to fall for your pranks, woman. Do you think I'm a fool? Of course I know it's my daughter. It's Ada.
But minutes later, he called her back saying he knew from the beginning it wasn't me. Mom immediately got on a plane with me. When we landed at the airport, I saw Gia and Dad waiting for us outside. I ran towards her, and she hugged me as soon as she saw me. I missed you so much, sister. Minutes later, Mom asked Gia to follow her, and Dad asked me to come with him. But I had to try one last time. Enough, you guys. We are not going anywhere. We want to live together like a family. Please, can't you do this for us?
Yes, I want to live with Ira and Mom, not like this, where I feel so empty and alone and unloved. I want to be happy.
Mom and Dad looked at us in complete surprise.
Oh, honey, Why would you ever think you're alone? No matter what happens between me and Mom, nothing could ever change the fact that we're your parents, and we love you so much. You'll always have both of us.
Then why can't we all live together?
Because that won't make any of us happy. We wanted to raise you in a happy home with great memories, but living together, we could never give you any of that. And now look at us. We are happy. And we can give you the best of the world only if you choose to accept it.
Suddenly, I had tears in my eyes. Maybe Mom was right. She looked a lot happier and healthier than she ever used to be with Dad. And Dad, he looked like he was gonna explode with joy. And now, the only people fighting against this happiness was me and Gia. This had to stop. I looked at her, and she looked at me, and we knew what the right thing to do was. We agreed to Mom and Dad's plan, but we decided we weren't going to sacrifice our happiness either. So Gia and I decided to live with Mom, and both of us moved back to Italy with her. But we often visited Dad and his new family, and we were the happiest.
Hi, my name is Stella.
And I'm Alice. We're identical twins from Ohio.
Please like and subscribe.
When we were born, we were called the cutest babies in town. Everyone freaked out over our beautiful blonde hair and blue eyes. They called us angel babies. Mom signed us up to be baby models, and we were super popular. By the time we were 3, we were on every ad possible for baby products, from diapers to fashion. We were everywhere.
And I loved the limelight. It's like I was made to be a star.
I enjoyed school and wanted to be a powerful lawyer one day, so studying and getting good grades was really important to me. One morning when we were in 5th grade, we started our routine with Mom. Suddenly, Stella screamed.
My face! It's burning! Mom, help! Hold still! I think you have an allergic reaction.
Mom quickly wiped Stella's face as I watched in horror. By the time her face was clean, something horrible had happened. The reaction had covered Stella's face in angry red marks.
Oh my God! What is this? I'm disgusting!
No, Stella! It's gonna be fine! We'll get you fixed up in no time, I promise. Later, at the hospital, the doctors gave us some bad news. Stella's face was scarred from the reaction, and there was no cure. When Mom heard this, she nearly fainted, and Stella was mad at me.
You lied, Alice! You promised! I'll be fine, but I'm a monster! From that day on, my life changed forever. Mom made me wear a pound of makeup to cover my scars. I wasn't allowed to be seen without it. The whole thing broke my heart, and I didn't understand why this had happened to me.
In 8th grade, we met Julia and Emma. They had just moved to town and were also identical twins. They were pure evil. What's worse is everyone compared us.
Look at the new girls! They're so cute!
I love how they always match. They're giving Stella and Alice a run for their money.
Emma and Julia were our complete opposites and had red hair and green eyes. I couldn't stand them. Our rivalry began when they started working at our modeling agency. They were stealing our jobs. I can't believe those witches are getting more work than us. We have to crush them like the bugs they are.
It's not a competition. Stella, why are you being so crazy?
Of course it's a competition and we're losing. And either you're with me or you're against me. Choose.
Of course, I'd always put Stella first, but sometimes she took things too far. One morning in the cafeteria, the witch twins walked up to us and smirked.
Oh, if it isn't the shy one and the ugly one. Why so sad?
Oh, suddenly I'm not hungry anymore.
Don't you have something better to do? Like shop for the same clothes?
Nice one! At least we own our twinness. You guys are so boring! And it's so plain!
Oh no, I'm tripping! I'm so sorry. It was an accident.
Stella left giggling, and I was shocked. I jumped up with some tissues for Julia, but she pushed me away. I'm just trying to help. I have a spare shirt if you want.
Don't touch me, witch! Just wait till this weekend's modeling competition. That grand prize is ours. We're going to end. You've been warned.
That whole talking together thing is so creepy. We'll definitely be there, so bring it on. I didn't agree with Stella's methods, but those girls got on my last nerve. They'd been nothing but rude since they showed up. The next day, Mom surprised us with a dozen designer dresses for the competition.
OMG! Mom, we're gonna look so good!
Can we afford this? They're so expensive!
Don't worry, honey. We'll return them after. You'll just have to be extra careful not to ruin them, okay?
I don't know about this.
Come on, don't be a wet blanket. We need to win this. We'll show those wannabes who really owns this twin business.
Later that night, Stella came to me.
Alice, I have a plan to beat them once and for all.
What do you mean, Stella?
Just a harmless prank, of course. But enough to take them out of the competition.
You're talking about cheating? We can't do that. Besides, I don't want to win like that. Is this really so important to you? That you cheat and win?
Yes, it is. You have no idea how hard my life is. Always hiding what I really look like and afraid someone will find out. But still, modeling is the only thing I'm good at and passionate about. So, yeah, I'm willing to do what it takes.
No one is perfect, Stella. Everyone is insecure about something. All models use makeup and whatnot to look better. And your condition? It's not as bad as you think. It's in your head.
Easy for you to say. Are you with me or not?
I am, but we will win this the right way. Every night after rehearsal, I snuck away to study. I was interested in a huge internship in Washington at a law firm, except I hadn't told Mom or Stella yet. I was scared they'd be angry with me. On the day of the competition, we aced the first rounds. Our dresses were the talk of the circuit, and people loved our routine. But when we went on earlier for round 2, Stella grew pale.
We can't go on yet. It's not our turn.
You look perfect, honey. Don't worry.
Our routine went well at first, but just then, a bucket dropped from the ceiling and we were covered in sour yogurt. What is that?
OMG! Ooh! The prank I'd set up for the twins backfired on us. If anyone finds out, I was dead. I had to think quickly. So when we went back to our dressing room, I knew what I had to do. It was them! I know they did this. We have to tell the judges.
You mean the twins? They sabotaged us? Just then, the twins walked into our dressing room, smiling.
That was quite a show! Looks like other people hate you.
Just as much as us.
How delicious!
Don't try and shift the blame. I know you were behind this.
Suddenly, Stella attacked Emma, and then Julia jumped in too.
Get off me, psycho! We had nothing to do with this.
Yeah, let go! You've gone mad!
As I pulled Stella away, Julia pulled at her dress, and it ripped. Just then, Mom rushed in, and when she saw the dresses, she screamed. I told Mom it was the twins, but they refused to admit it. So the agency launched an investigation. But I was shocked to see Stella rigging up the buckets of yogurt. We were disqualified instantly, and the twins won. You did this? I can't believe it.
At least I'm trying. You're the bad team player here. Do I have to do everything myself?
Listen to yourself. All you care about is winning, and it's just hurting us. You've ruined everything. Those expensive dresses and our reputation. I won't be part of this madness, Stella.
As if you could do it without me anyway. You need me and you know it.
Not anymore. I'm done. I never wanted this. After that, we were basically broke. Stella had to take every single job she could get to make more money. And I began waiting tables at the local coffee shop. A week before our 16th birthday, Mom came to us with some big news.
I may have just solved all of our money problems. Girls, pack your bags. We're moving to Japan.
What? A huge modeling agency loved our look and wanted us to move there to represent their brand. They'd pay for everything and even move us into a huge penthouse apartment for free.
OMG! This is the best news ever!
I couldn't let this go on any longer. I wanted to follow my dreams and participate in that internship. The deadline was just around the corner, so I had to tell them. I can't move to Japan.
Why, Alice?
Confused, they stared at me, and I finally explained my plans for my future.
Are you kidding me? I can't believe you're being so selfish.
How am I being selfish? I never asked for any of this.
All you've ever done is complain. Look at me. I'm the freak here, but I get up every day and I work.
You've never taken this seriously.
And now you just want to bail on us.
Me? Complain? You're the one who can't stop competing with Emma and Julia. You're so insecure that you've let this stupid rivalry turn you into a witch. I regretted my words as soon as I said them, but I was so mad I couldn't take them back. I stormed off to my room and slammed the door shut. Stella didn't talk to me for a whole week after that. What's worse is they were going ahead with the move, as if nothing I did mattered. One morning, I got a letter delivered, and it was from the internship. I was just about to open it when someone knocked on my door. Mom came in and eyed the letter.
Is that it?
Yeah.
I'm not happy about this. You're not even 16 yet, until tomorrow. And honey, we can't afford this.
I guess I just wanted to know if I could do it, Mom. I'm a straight A student. Did you even know that? Mom looked at me sadly.
I guess I've been so wrapped up in your careers, I've never really thought about what you wanted.
I want to make a difference in the world, not just look good.
Open the letter, Alice.
Mom and I hugged, and we opened the letter together. Congratulations! You've been accepted! What was I gonna do now? The next day at school, I decided to look for Stella so we could make up. It was our birthday after all. When I finally found her in the playground, I was shocked to see her with Emma and Julia.
Well, if it isn't the traitor twin, what do you want?
Stella, can we talk for a sec, alone?
Anything you say to me, you can say in front of my best friends.
What? Don't look so surprised. The enemy of my enemy
is my friend, right?
Right!
Did you hit your head or something? Come on, we're sisters, twins. Don't be like this.
You did this to us. You've made your bed.
So sleep in it.
To think I was about to give up my dream for Stella, and she treats me like this. No chance anymore.
The following week, Mom and I packed our bags and headed for Japan, while Alice went to stay with our aunt in Washington. Good riddance. The next few years in Japan were amazing. The company wasn't happy that it was just me, but I was determined to make them see my worth. So I worked hard, and by the time I was 18, I was pretty famous. I actually missed Alice a lot, but I could never bring myself to call her. I needed to work on myself first.
Moving to Washington was the best decision of my life. I was my own person for the first time in my life. I loved living in my aunt's house, and the internship was amazing. They even offered me a summer job with them after I finished. I worked as an assistant for 3 years until I graduated college. Soon after, my boss offered me a full-time job with my very first case. A huge client was suing a skincare brand, and when I saw the name, I was shocked. It was the same company that caused my sister's scars. It turned out they were using sketchy chemicals, and hundreds of people were hurt. I made it my mission to take them down. And when we finally won the case, I called Stella. I told her everything, and I was surprised that she seemed happy to hear from me. We decided to meet at a cafe, and when I saw Stella, my heart nearly exploded. I'd forgotten how much I'd missed her.
That's such an insane story. Thank you so much for doing this.
The company will pay damages to every client that got hurt. I made sure of it.
Alice, I have to apologize. I know we were just kids, but I was so insecure and selfish. Can you forgive me?
Of course I can. I'm sorry too, but in a way, I'm glad it happened. I needed to find myself outside of us, you know?
I do. Really. But no matter what, you'll always be my other half.
Same here.
Hello, I'm Lily, hailing from Florida. Please like and subscribe. Throughout my life, I've enjoyed a typical routine centered around 3 essentials: food, friends, and basketball. When I reached 14, I realized I wanted to join my high school team.
Girls playing basketball. Ha ha ha, please.
I threw the ball at them to show them my skills. But right then, this girl walked in its path.
You missed. You do better as a cheerleader.
I ignored them and rushed over to her. I am so sorry. Are you okay?
No worries, I'm fine. But guess what? I know the combinations to their lockers. I noticed how those jerks were behaving, and I was actually on my way to confront them.
Yeah, those boys make me so mad.
But I say don't get mad, get ants!
Daisy and I filled their jerseys and couldn't help but laugh as we watched them squirm and swat while trying to explain to the coach.
I'm Daisy, by the way. Nice to meet you.
I'm Lily. We've been partners in mischief ever since, making prank calls to our classmates and baking cupcakes with gummy worms for the bake sale just to irritate the snooty girls. Typical high school antics. However, things changed when I reached my sophomore year. One day, I was running late for class but desperately needed to use the restroom. As I exited the stall, I encountered this stunning, dark-haired boy with the most captivating green eyes. This is the ladies' room.
Scusi?
Sushi in the bathroom? Then he pointed to the wall, and I realized I was in the wrong place. Oops, I was in such a rush. Hey, you must be one of the exchange students. Where are you from?
Italia.
Oh, do you speak any, English? Well, I know some Italian too. Una mattina mi sono alzato. Oh, bella. Ciao, bella. Ciao, Bella. Ciao, 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 ciao.
Who told you that if you slow down and speak louder that someone will understand your language better?
Oh, so you're a comedian? Well, do you understand sign language? 'Cause I've got a gesture for you. Relax, everyone. I'm keeping it PG. Talk to the hand.
Oh, don't be like that. Just thought you were cute and I was messing with you. Don't go.
I stormed out, but he grabbed my hand to stop me, knocking my phone on the floor. And when we both went to pick it up, I accidentally headbutted him on the way back up.
Ow, I think you broke my nose.
Just then the bell rang, and I couldn't be late again to Miss Sanders' class. Sorry, I don't have a tissue, but this tampon may help. You'll be fine. I made it to class 15 seconds after the bell rang, and I couldn't wait to tell Daisy. But just as I was about to give her the deets, he walked in.
Class! I'd like to welcome one of our new exchange students. Holy moly.
She asked if anyone would volunteer to take him to the nurse, and Daisy's hand shot up in the air like a rocket. But Miss Dander pointed at me.
Since you were late to your seat, perhaps you need a lesson in thinking of others, not just yourself.
Come on, holy moly, let's get you all better. As I walked into the nursery's office, he kept trying to talk to me.
I'm Billy, so I'd...
But I knew like this I might fall for his charms. So I panicked and pinched his arm to get him to stop talking.
Ow!
Oh look, here we are, bye. And after school, all the girls, even Daisy, started gushing about how gorgeous Billy was.
I mean, even with his nose all bandaged up, he's so dreamy.
The next day, I was having lunch with Daisy when we saw Billy talking up some of the cheer squad. I bet he loves the attention. Ugh, he's such a flirt. Then we heard a familiar voice behind us.
Yes, he is.
Am I having the side effects of today's lunch food, or is he in two places at once?
Oh, that's my twin brother. You're Blaine.
Daisy and I were both shocked. I was glad Billy wasn't a flirt. But then my brain was working overtime on a plan as Blaine walked towards Daisy. Billy for me, Blaine for Daisy.
Woohoo!
We'd be one big family. I gave Daisy an encouraging look, signaling her to talk to Blaine, but she didn't utter a word.
Blaine, this is Daisy and Lily. Hey, Lily.
Not only do they look alike, they sound the same too.
So you're the one I can thank for making me the better-looking twin.
It looked like the entire cheer squad agrees with you. So Blaine, you know if you want to pass your classes, you need a study buddy. I mean, Daisy here is a whiz. Right, Daisy?
Yeah, let's have a study group. We'll meet you guys at the library after school tomorrow.
As we walked away, I turned to Daisy. Oh my God, did you see how Blaine was staring at you?
I don't know, Lily, I just met him.
So the next day, I gave Daisy an awesome makeover, and I added 12 more layers of lip gloss when trying for the 13th layer. This gloss will last for a whole week. Now let's go. Our study date was amazing. I found out that Billy was really sweet. I talked to him all the time, and Daisy kinda looked happy with Blaine too. Then one day, I hopped to the store to grab snacks for our library session, and as I was reaching for the top shelf, I felt someone slap me on the butt. No way was I gonna let some random weirdo do that. So I whipped around and went full demon karate girl on the guy. But as I kicked him, I realized it was Blaine.
Ow!
What the heck, dude? He pointed to a cockroach on the floor that apparently had been crawling on my butt. You could have just told me.
Okay, but you should be thankful.
Thankful? You should apologize to me.
Ha, why don't you just leave?
You can't tell me to leave. This isn't your family store. You know, my dad could buy this store for me with a snap of his fingers.
Oh, really? My family is richer than yours. We use $100 bills as napkins, and I have even more money in my piggy bank than you have in your entire bank.
He waved his card at me before he put it in his back pocket. I sneakily swapped it with my library card when I purposely knocked into him. Walked out of the store, huh? Not for long. I was the first one to arrive at the library, and just as I reached for the book, I felt a hand sweep across mine. It was Billy. But I turned around too quickly, and the book fell on his head.
Ah, you had to pick the biggest book in the library.
Well, what's up with the sneak attack?
I thought I could admire your pretty face in secret.
Really? Now? I hope my pretty face doesn't blind you. He laughed and we talked about basketball. Suddenly, his eyes twinkled and he leaned closer to me. My heart raced as I realized he was going to kiss me. And just then, he sneezed right on my face. He quickly tore some pages out of the book and handed it to me. Ew, yuck!
I'm so sorry. Here, wipe your face on that.
And what's worse, the librarian saw us and threw us out. Just then, he pulled the tape off of his nose. Blaine, you jerk!
Sorry, Billy's not gonna make it today. He's with Mom, so I decided to pay you back for the card switcheroo you pulled on me. You can imagine how embarrassing it was. Try to pay for food with my library card.
Blaine held up my card, but as I went to grab it, he moved and held it above his head so I couldn't reach it.
What's the matter? You can't take it out of my hand?
You forget, I'm a basketballer. I tackled him to the ground.
Jeez, girl, you've got moves.
Don't try to butter me up now that I've taken you down. I'm serious.
You know, my dad's got connections with sports agents. If you want me to set you up with a meeting, but it has to wait, cause I'm enjoying this closeness with you.
Oh my God, is he flirting with me?
We
were trying to get up from the floor, but my foot twitched and I fell, causing Blaine to go over me. Then he touched my face. Wait, stop! I like Billy. Or do I? Or I like Blaine. I'm so confused. Guys, help me out here. What should I do? And we kissed. You guys did say kiss him, right? It was amazing. But I pulled away when I remembered Daisy was supposed to be with Blaine. Too late, though, because she showed up just in time to see us kiss.
What's going on? I thought you...
She looked so betrayed. I couldn't think of anything better, so I faked a stomachache. Ugh, it's bad tacos. I dashed off, but Daisy had enough and she ran after me.
Don't you dare run away. Just tell me, why did you kiss him?
It wasn't a kiss. I was. We were. He was giving me CPR.
What?
Yeah. Remember when I puked in Miss Dander's exam? I had just found out that I had cancer. And today I fainted. So he was helping me. I kept it to myself, not wanting anyone to pity me. But Daisy, how could you think of me like that? I felt bad for lying, but I truly didn't want to ruin our friendship. I would have to cover up for now, but soon I would tell her the truth, and we could laugh about it.
Oh my God, Lily, I'm so sorry. I was so wrong. Please forgive me.
Seriously? You're using my shirt as a snot wiper? The next day at school, Blaine brushed his hand against mine as he walked by. My heart skipped a beat. I was confused about why I didn't feel the same around Billy. I shrugged it off and looked for Daisy.
What do you need? You want to hold my hand? A bottle of water!
See? This is why I didn't tell you. I don't want you to treat me any differently. And don't tell anyone either.
Okay? You got it, bestie. I have an idea. Why don't we go to my family's cabin by the lake this weekend? We can have a fun slumber party like we used to.
Absolutely! That weekend, Daisy picked me up. But when we got home to the cabin, I was shocked to see Billy and Blaine were already there.
Surprise! I thought now you could have Billy, and I'll just hang out with Blaine.
I was so on edge around Billy and Blaine, we unpacked our stuff and we were about to make dinner when Billy grabbed the pan.
I'll be making a special dinner for someone special tonight. I don't think anyone wants food poisoning, so I'll be making dinner tonight for my special lady. Oh, really? Your special lady? You have no idea what me and Lily have. So you better shut your pie hole or I'll do it for you.
Daisy was stunned, and Billy took a tampon out of his pocket and shoved it in Blaine's ear.
A tampon? I knew you punched her like a girl, but this is a whole other level. Actually, it was a gift from Lily, so I'd like it back.
I was supposed to spend the weekend with my friend, forget about boys, and get everything back to normal. But instead, everything was falling apart. So I just snuck out for some time to think. I must have walked for a while because I wound up on a road that clearly hadn't been used in months. Then suddenly, I heard a woman yelling for help. As I approached, I saw a woman on the ground. I rushed over to help. "Are you okay?" I knelt down to see that her foot had been badly injured and was stuck in a hole. "Hold still. I think I can use a branch to pry you loose." I freed her from the hole and took her to the hospital for treatment. But she needed blood, and luckily, I was a match. When she woke up, she called me over.
"You are an angel. I would have surely been there for a month if you hadn't saved me. If I had a daughter, she'd be just like you."
As she hugged me, I fought back the tears, thinking of how much I missed having my mom around. No matter what you do or how rich you are, there's no replacement for a mother's love.
My sons forgot their undies, so I tried Google Maps to reach them, but I got lost. I just called them, and they should be here soon. You know, I am so proud that nothing can come between them, and they are always together and take such good care of me.
Just then, Daisy, Billy, and Blaine showed up.
Mom!
Wait, these are your sons? Blaine rushed for medicines and Billy came to hug me.
I was so worried about you. I'm glad you're okay.
But as I hugged him, I realized I was looking over his shoulder with my eyes glued to Blaine. It was then I knew that Blaine was the one, and also that I would have to give him up. I whispered in Billy's ear, "I care so much about you, both of you, but I need to let you both go."
Why? I don't understand.
I can't be the reason that anything comes between you two. Just reminded me how important family is. Please tell Blaine for me. My lie got busted when the doctor told them that I gave the blood, and Daisy heard it and looked so disappointed. I couldn't face Daisy, so I ran away and decided to escape to Europe and complete my high school years there, something my dad had always wanted me to do. But before leaving, I sent a long email to Daisy apologizing for not being the friend she deserved and telling her my true feelings for Blaine. Then, with tears in my eyes, I deleted all the accounts, knowing that I'd never be able to tell Blaine how I felt. It hurts bad, but I thought it was just better for all of us. Years later, I had graduated from medical college and came back home to set up my pediatric practice. I had only been open for a few weeks when Billy and Daisy walked in with their twin baby girls.
We heard you were back in town and we needed a good pediatrician.
And you thought of me. She gave me a shove so hard that we both started bawling and ended up hugging. Through her tears, she told me how much she'd been missing me. Have you both forgiven me?
Of course, Lily. I mean, after all, you're the reason we wound up together. We realized how much we had in common and love blossomed from there. We sent you a wedding invitation but never heard back.
I had all my mail forwarded to my dad's house. I still haven't gone through any of it, but I'm sorry I missed it. I'm sure it was beautiful.
Well, you have an open invitation to come by anytime to look at the wedding album.
She'll take any excuse to break that out and show people we've gone through 3 mailmen.
Oh, sweetie!
That night, I swung by my dad's old house to go through all the mail and find the invitation. But what I found instead shocked me to my core. Hundreds of letters from Blaine. Once I started reading them, I was so happy. He had been waiting for me and writing to me all these years, telling me how much he loved me. I Googled the return address on the letters and rushed over to his house and banged on the door excitedly. "Blaine, I know it's late, but you're not going to believe I just got all your letters." The door opened and my heart pounded. I went to hug him but stopped suddenly when I saw a beautiful girl had answered the door.
Can I help you?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm Lily, just an old friend of Blaine's, and I just stopped by to say, hi.
He's not home right now, but do you want me to tell him that you stopped by?
I was crushed. My heart sank to the bottom of my chest, and I could barely get the words out. No, thank you. I stopped my car at the basketball court at my high school. I was so heartbroken that I just sat and cried until I felt someone behind me. It was Blaine.
What's the matter? Did you try to buy food with a library card? 'Cause I can tell you from personal experience that doesn't work.
I got your letters, but I'm too late.
Well, I'm no expert, but I think ghosting someone for a few years does qualify as very late.
Blaine took my hand. How did you find me here?
When my mom's assistant said you were at the door, I figured I'd find you here.
I felt a wave of relief wash over me, knowing about her. I'm so sorry, Blaine, and I can't find the words to say how much I
love you too, Lily.
We were leaning in for a kiss when a basketball suddenly came flying our way. Blaine grabbed it, tossing it to me.
Care for a little match, Lily?